Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Welcome to Season 5 of Lessons in Marketing Excellence. I'm Pavni Mittal. Today's episode comes to you from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. Located in Mumbai, Jbims has been consistently ranked among the top 10 B schools in India and top 25 in Asia Pacific. Named after philanthropist and founder of the Bajaj Group, this institute boasts of a stellar alumni list. I'm talking Chanda Kochar, Ajay Piramal, Nitin Paranjpe and even filmmaker Mani Ratnam. Let's take a look at its line journey so far. After a shaky start in Season 1, when it stood 9th, the institution managed to move up to the 6th spot in Season 2. It finished 5th in Season 3 and dropped back to the 6th position the year after. Will Jbims manage to break the jinx and improve its position this year? Let's wait and watch. Today's case study comes from leather brand D Milano. The 24-year-old maker of belts, bags, wallets and accessories runs more than 40 stores in the country. With the entry of new Indian as well as international brands, fluctuating raw material prices and evolving consumer tastes, the big focus for D Milano is to check costs while churning a range of products for its consumers. The challenge for Jbims is to develop a marketing strategy to increase brand loyalty and achieve repeat purchase of 60% quarter on quarter. The company entered the Indian leather retailing industry in 1989 with the flagship store in New Delhi's Connaught Place. Today, D Milano, with 3 industrial units, has ventured into leather production and owns over 45 retail stores in more than 10 cities in India.
I think it's a great initiative by CNPC, who has given the opportunity for the students to work on the live cases and to work with a brand like us, D Milano. I think it's a good platform to associate with the new students who are there and to understand their views, to understand how they want to pursue.
For our team challenge, we sent the 2 teams from Jbims to a D Milano store in Mumbai for their final research. So with us we have Citrus Punch and Disco Ninjas. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little quiz right now. I'm going to ask like 5 questions. The team that answers the maximum questions and wins this challenge gets to decide which team goes first tomorrow. So are you guys ready? Are you confident of winning this? You guys think you know better than, more stuff about the brand than the other team?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. My first question is, when was D Milano founded and where is its flagship store?
Peep.
It was in 1989 and the flagship store is in Delhi.
You have to tell me the exact location.
Select City.
No, it's not.
Connaught Place.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so you guys win a point. Okay, which is its sister company?
Brunello.
Yes, that's correct. What is the URL for the online store?
DamiLanoShop.com.
That's correct. What is the animal in the logo? Shiyant.
It's a reindeer.
It's not.
It's a deer.
No, it's not.
It's a stag.
It's a stag, but it can't be a second attempt. Okay, my last question to you is pretty simple, I think. Which is its fastest selling product?
Handbags.
You have to be more specific.
Ladies handbags.
That's correct. Okay, so we do have a winner and that is Disco Ninjas. Okay guys, so who's going to go first? You or Citrus Punch tomorrow?
We would like to go second.
So Citrus Punch, you will be going first and Disco Ninjas, which won the challenge today, will go second tomorrow. With that, it's time for a short break. On the other side, Team Citrus Punch will make their presentation. That's up in a bit.
I actually think Citrus Punch has a very good chance of winning because I've actually seen the way they present. They have awesome presentation skills I know the members personally, but I am not biased.
Disco ninjas all the way. I think they have the essence of youth and the exuberance of great people who are going to take us through to the country finals. Absolutely.
In my opinion, I would go for Citrus Punch to win the contest, because the passion with which they work towards the case has really been motivating for all of us to join the Lime case study next year as well.
Welcome back. You're watching Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 5. It's now time for both our teams to make their presentation. The team that does win today qualifies for the semi-finals, wins 50,000 rupees from HUL and a fast-track route to the pre-placement round at Hindustan Unilever. Before we start with the presentations, let's meet our jury. From CNBC TV 18, Anant Rangaswamy. From D Milano, we have Shruti Khaneja. And from HUL, we have Aman Dhillon. Our first team to present is Team Citrus Punch. Team, you will have 3 minutes to make your presentation. At the end of 3 minutes, we'll sound a buzzer indicating the end of time. That will be followed by Q&A with the judges. The floor is open to you. Your time starts now.
We begin by understanding the leather industry, D Milano's business operation, and benchmarking D Milano to competitors. Insights we got from primary research are: 1. Low frequency of purchase of handbags compared to other premium products. 2nd, high handbag penetration but a low penetration of branded handbags. So we identified the need to: 1. Improve brand consciousness. 2nd, increase frequency of purchase. This can be done by building awareness about D Milano. Based on the above insights, we identified a target segment. Deliverable 1. We must ensure D Milano becomes synonymous to style, for which we have created separate value propositions for globals, strivers, and seekers. For global expansion, we have initial focus on tourist hotspots to create global brand awareness, positioning D Milano for future growth. Expansion should first only be undertaken with the flagship brand. We have built strategies for exclusive as well as affordable luxury segment. Proposed brand extensions are leather footwear, garments, travel bags, and furniture in the long term. We'll use our affordable luxury brand Fior to build economies of scale. We based our recommendation on the 8Ps model.
D Milano operates in a highly cluttered segment, so it is key to differentiate the brand. Our proposed big-ticket ideas are: 1. Micro-encapsulated leather to perfume the bags for our customers in their desired fragrances. 2nd, customized handbags wherein customers can design their own bag and personalize it, creating a sense of ownership and love for the brand, as the bags will be their own to cherish. 3. Apart from the current important airport expansion strategy, we suggest flagship or one in the city landmark stores to create an aspirational value for the brand. Such showrooms will have an IRR of over 40% for the company. Deliverable 2. To build brand loyalty and 60% Q-on-Q repeat sales, we suggest a 3-tier loyalty program with benefits such as serving preferred refreshments to customers based on a previously maintained record, shopping consultants, access to fashion events, and preview of exclusive collections. 2nd, visual merchandising benchmarked against international competitors to stand apart from the Indian peers. 3rd, a wedding collection to develop an emotional connect and tap the consumers with a high propensity to spend. We propose a tie-up with renowned Indian wedding designer Ritu Kumar for this. Also, we'll have a sales representative in designer sari stores with an iPad to showcase our collections and create a new point of sale. Deliverable 3, branding and marketing. A website revamp and making D Milano exclusive by selling it only through the brand website. D Milano is a high involvement emotional purchase, so promotions to discount sales must be cut back. Having the right buzz before the launch of a new collection. We propose a campaign, Trendsetters, focused on making people style conscious to increase the purchase frequency with the tagline, when you don't use the same apparel for varied occasions, why use the same bag?
We'll also have a campaign for the male consumers to showcase the range of accessories. There should be increased focus on men's segment through visual merchandising and an altered store layout, which will be critical for increasing the appeal to them. A grand launch of the new face of D Milano, Nargis Fakhri. Use digital media to promote a customized design bag with touching testimonial campaign. We propose various tie-ups such as famous fashion shows. In conclusion, our suggestions revolve around creating a success for the premium brand D Milano. Thank you.
One thing which comes in my mind recently is like you have actually suggested a brand ambassador for the brand. So why can't my product can be a brand ambassador, and why I need to be associated with certain celebrity to actually enhance my brand building basically?
So from whatever secondary research we found out that whenever a brand is associated with a celebrity, what happens is they add specially, there'll be an increased in the duration when the customer actually sees, there's an increase of at least 5 seconds. And that is why we have chosen a brand ambassador. Definitely the brand is doing very well, but to create more awareness, we thought that, you know, an association with a star like Nargis Fakhri, who already has an international appeal, will go very well with a brand like D Milano.
Also, we plan to have it as a part of our IMC. So in our IMC, we'd also be having print ads in fashion magazines. So the additional time what a person sees the ad for like 4 to 5 seconds should increase the recall penetration rate from, say, about the standard about 1% of the people who watch your print ad have a walk-in into the store. From that to about, say, maybe 2 to 3%.
By any chance, do you have any idea the marketing cost should be in related to the sales?
As D Milano is a booming brand as of now, it's still in a nascent stage. The marketing cost would be slightly higher as a percentage of sales, anywhere between 30 to 40%.
What are the key barriers to repeats in an accessory market? And from the options that you have suggested, what do you think is the most critical one which will aid that?
First, I'll start off with the barriers. The first barrier would be that it's a highly cluttered segment with a lot of different brands competing for the same customer. So there needs to be a key differentiation to drive the initial trials. And then for the repeat sales, we need, as of today, in our primary research, we found out that a woman buys a bag like on an average in a time frame of 15 months to 18 months, which is a year and a half, as compared to other accessories such as, say, clothes, which are much more frequent in purchase. So we identified a need to increase the frequency of purchase, which is what our entire IMC or campaign trendsetters is based on, and that would drive an increase in repeat sales.
Do you agree design is a very important part of this business? Do you think it is?
Yes.
And then you expect customers to design their own bags. I'm a little confused by that.
We did this based on a model where we would have a fixed framework within which the customer can design his own bag. From our customer insights, we
You're
found
saying
out
it's a template then?
Right.
Yeah,
It's a
you can
template.
do only so much.
Yeah, it's a template.
yes.
So it's not quite customized.
No. Customers cannot design the entire bag. They'll be having templates. Okay, this is 5 maybe, shapes, and this is the belt which you want. They cannot design the entire bag because, as you said, customers themselves don't know what will look good, what might not look good. That is why it's a fixed framework.
Your media plan. So how many of so far you have not mentioned a man once as a consumer, and you got CNBC and MTV in the media plan. There's something wrong with the media plan?
So these will be basically our strategic partnerships because these shows, there are shows which are especially style based and they're fashion shows that are run in these channels.
Yeah.
So we'll have a tie-up with them for the visibility for the brand. So like if they can promote the latest D Milano collection, that will work very well because it strikes a chord with the target audience because the target audience watches such programs.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, team. With that, it's time for a short break. On the other side, Team Disco Ninjas will make their presentation and we find out which of the two make it to the semi-finals. That's up in a bit.
Nervous.
Nervous for the results but relieved that the presentation went fairly
I think more than nervous, I think we are more relieved, that the presentation happened. But then, it was a round of grilling questions. So
Actually, we had prepared for questions from different areas, but they chose one area to grill us, and that was a brand ambassador area.
So that way we feel we couldn't do justice enough to the other parts of the presentation because a lot of hard work had gone into it overall.
Welcome back. You're watching Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 5. It's now time for a second team, Team Disco Ninjas, to make their presentation. Team, you will have 3 minutes to make your case. At the end of 3 minutes, we'll sound a buzzer indicating the end of time. That will be followed by Q&A with the judges. All the best. Your time starts now.
A very good evening. The 3 challenges posed in this case are increasing brand recall, increasing repeat purchases, and achieving economies of scale.
We met 43 D Milano customers and realized the target group to be 25 to 40 years. Since 60% of market is organized, which can be tapped, we believe that in a growing market, we are missing a huge opportunity because of lack of unique identity. We fill this gap with the value of trust.
To build a unique identity, we must first try to understand the customer. McKinsey insights indicate that the key buying factors that a customer considers while buying a luxury bag are material, design, and craftsmanship. However, the number one barrier to repeat purchases is that the customers prefer to have a wardrobe of different brands.
We propose to implement a pull and strong push strategy to increase brand recall and repeat purchases.
As per our strategy, we should spend rupees 7.3 crores, with which we will implement the IMC campaign to build the core value, launch a new product, and implement the ATL BTL activities. We estimate to break even all the incremental expenditure by the fourth quarter 2014.
Based on our consumer survey and conjoint analysis, we plan to launch a luxury leather watch, which will help repeat purchases. We will primarily target working women and price it rupees 4,000 onwards. Launching a watch will also benefit in achieving economies of scale, since the watch strap will be made out of leather remains. Consumer insights also indicate that bags are either thrown away or passed on to domestic help. We bridge this gap by offering customers an opportunity to upgrade their products. These return bags will be then recycled to manufacture corporate gifting items.
We allocate rupees 2 crores for the core value IMC campaign. Now, multiple products across multiple categories enable us to reach the same customer throughout the day via multiple touchpoints, thus ensuring top-of-the-mind recall.
As per our advertising strategy, the touchpoints we recommend to build trust are magazine ads, billboards, and baggage tags. As per our value proposition, we build a brand not only around trust, but also around luxury, since this is a highly aspirational product. For this, we sponsor wine tasting festivals and carry out in-film advertising.
Apart from digitizing the catalog and improving the shopping experience, we need to ensure every customer gets the most suitable product for him. All products have a set of attributes. Every customer shortlists a few products before making the final purchase, and we make a note of the attributes of all these shortlisted products in the customer database. Hence, we find the most common factors amongst these products and prepare a wish list.
Based on this wish list, whenever we have a new product that matches customers' preferences, we notify him with a mailer or a card at regular intervals, hence inducing repeat purchases, giving us around 150% incremental ROI. We also plan to retain this relationship with the existing customers by loyalty
The
programs.
strategy suggested, we estimate repeat purchase to grow 60% Q on Q and an increase in brand recall from 7 to 15% with reduction in costs. Thank you.
My first question is, can you just articulate for me the insight which led to the proposition of trust?
When we interacted with the customers, we find out that there is no clear identity for our D Milano bag. So while most other bags have a clear identity along with them, D Milano is not associated with a particular quality. So we found out that we need to have a particular quality associated with D Milano. Now, to answer the second question, why trust? We understood that the three key factors which women look for in a particular bag are material, design, and craftsmanship. So whenever a woman is buying an expensive handbag, she always looks for something which is of good quality and material which she can trust to last long. And as D Milano has already lifetime warranty program, this is where they need to bridge the gap and communicate to the customers upfront that you can trust us for good material which will last you lifelong.
So how do you differentiate D Milano on trust versus your other luxury or high-end brands in the market?
So when we are doing some competitor analysis of competitors like Gucci, DKNY, each and every competitor had some or clear identification. None of them was trust. It was either design, it was either craftsmanship. Some of them also had a competitive pricing. So we found out that the trust factor is not present in any of the competitors, and we also would get this first move advantage if we are implementing all our ATL, BTL campaigns on basis of trust.
Is it at the cost of the mainstay, which is bags, that you want to do brand extensions, or there is no strategy to get repeats going on the bags?
When we interacted with the customers, what we found out was the main key barrier for no repeat purchase was that women like to have a wardrobe of different brands. So for one product, they will not choose one brand over and over again. So if they have 4 handbags, they'll prefer a different brand of bags. So what we are doing is we are proposing brand extension into watches. Now watches, what we've seen is working women prefer watches to match with their handbag. So we can have the same design of handbag and the same design of watch, which will go again with the styles and the fashion trends.
You actually proposed us to have a conversation with the customers wherein we actually prepare the wish list.
Yes.
Right? So the customer who's coming into the store, you want us to speak to them, and then we actually make the wish list, and then we write it down, and then we call them, you know, once we get that merchandise. Do you really think it's feasible with the store who's actually getting a walk-in of around 300, 400 people in a day?
This wish list idea was supposed to be the more key driver in a particular segment for repeat purchases. Now, how this will be implemented? When a customer walks into a store, they don't pick on a final product. They shortlist 4 or 5 products and they choose one of them. Now, these are the 5 products which the customer wanted, but since he has chosen one of them, those 4 remains unbought. The next time when he comes back, when he wants to buy a bag, he may not remember those 4 products. That is when our wish list idea comes in. Now, let's say we note down when a customer is always with an attendant, correct? So when he is shortlisting a product, the attendant will note down, or he can also QR code the product codes of all these 4 products. At the back end, these all 4 products will be having attributes associated with them. So we'll find out the key attributes, and then we will tag, and accordingly we will suggest him the next product.
Do you think the D Milano consumer wants to receive spam, SMS and mail?
No customer, when he buys a luxury product, wants to receive spam. Now, when we are trying to communicate on special occasions when he is in need of buying a bag. just before a birthday, just before anniversary, his fiancée may want to gift. He want to gift it to someone at New Year's. Now, at that time, we are planning to sell them a card with a birthday gift. And in this particular card, we will be printing that these are the particular products which we would like to suggest. So actually, you're trying to build relationship with customer. You're not bothering them with extra mailers or spam. And through that relationship, we are trying to drive sales.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, team. We request you to step out while the jury pens its results.
Now we'll just stay positive and wait for the results rather than thinking about, oh, I could have done this way or that way.
Most of the questions were very basic related to our presentation. We had a couple of cross questions which got a bit grueling also, but overall we handled it well and we are very confident of winning.
So I have the results with me, and the winners today are Disco Ninjas. Congratulations, guys. With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 5. Next week, we will be at the SP Gen campus where 2 teams will be cracking a case study for Axis Bank. Until then, thanks for watching.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.